Subscription platforms have also been blowing up
Mhm.
over the last little while. I have done work with some creatives on many vids and even a little bit with OnlyFans, but I never expected OnlyFans to blow up to where it is today. But
Mhm.
it's given so much control back to the creator, and I think it's great not just for cosplayers, not just for sex workers, not just for people that are doing art or doing like fitness related stuff. It's a platform that really enables you to start profiting and controlling your content and not being buried by the algorithm, not being buried by what certain platforms deem right or wrong. And I really, really do appreciate that. What has your experiences been on subscription platforms, and where do you think subscription platforms like OnlyFans and other will go in the next couple years as more people start to adopt it?
I think for OnlyFans, it had blown up a lot because a lot of celebrities decided this is an easy money for them. It did help out in a way because it's like, oh, now I know there's more people who do OnlyFans or other like Patreon or and other subscription ones. I recently started for OnlyFans to mix up like um my cosplays, and it has helped out a lot because other social medias could help you money wise, but this is like you are able to control how much you charge people. Like you could be charging maybe like $300 to $100. So it's just little things like that that help out instead of going online and saying, "Hey, I need help funding this." When there's people that want to do it constantly, support you constantly.
Do you think that the best thing for newer creators or established creators that maybe have hit a lull to do is to go over to OnlyFans, Patreon, and focus most of their effort on having their fans digest their content through there? Or do you think it's something that you have to do in tandem with the more mainstream sites like, as we were talking about, Twitter, IG, and TikTok?
It has to be like a mix of both because saying you want people to like always pay for your thing. Yes, there's going to be a few people who will want to help out, but most of the time, also because of the pandemic, not everyone has the same way to support others. So just having the views and the likes helps, like knowing that their work is coming across other people and will make them want to even just like following them, liking them is one of like the biggest supports you could do.
Is there anything about OnlyFans that you don't like or you would like to see changed to favor the creator more?
I think it would be more just being more open about it because a lot of social medias don't really like OnlyFans just because they immediately think it's only for sex work when it's not just that. But it has become to that point where if you do mention that on any other social media, you will get banned.
Which to me is ridiculous because it doesn't make sense. How is it that you have these creators that have to do like zero F or like, ponly tans? They have to like do some sort of like thing where they won't get picked up by the bots on IG and they get struck down. That's
Mm-hmm.
ridiculous to me, especially because it's just like a link, or you're just like letting people know that you can go to another site and check my content out. I'm telling you for a fact that like when ManyVids was a thing, it wasn't like that. But it's like now that OnlyFans is starting to take people away from those platforms, like there are people who are getting all of their attention not from IG, but they're getting it from OnlyFans. And I feel like this is a subtle way that Instagram is striking back because even on Facebook, which they're all owned by the same company, I know there are plenty of sex workers, and not even just sex workers, but just in this case, like they were advertising their content on other sites strategically, yes, but they were still pretty open about what they were doing. And it's only over the last little while that there's been the whole migration of people trying to get control over their content, as now
Mm-hmm.
that they're starting to react. It seems so ridiculous to me. Why are you trying to strike down smaller creators?
Yeah, and with the whole new thing going on with IG saying that they want to be focused more on videos, there has been like rumors saying this is going to kill all content creators or all this other stuff. And because these companies want it for the money, they don't care who they're striking down. They just care about the money. but they don't realize that there's many people that have their whole life and just like they get their finances from there too.
I don't know. It's tricky. It's tricky, and I would love to see a solution for it because it's terrible when you're doing good for a couple months and then all of a sudden your account gets taken down and then you have to basically restart. Like a small business owner waking up one day and their store isn't there, like that's ridiculous. So yes, we're working online and we're creating content online, but it's still a small business owner. You need to respect us and what we do. If we're not breaking any direct rules, you can't put us in a precarious position to lose everything that we have. But
Mhm.
what can we do as small creators, right? Except talk about it and hopefully there will be a change eventually.
Yeah, and just because these companies think, or just anyone thinks, oh, we work from online, they will call us lazy, like to get a real job. But they don't realize that we put our mind and work into this. Like it is hard to do this kind of stuff, and they don't realize it. They think this is just an easy money for us when in reality it's not. Even if you are making it for the money, you have to put in money yourself. Getting the cosplays, getting the equipment to create things isn't cheap. If you want to be good at this, you have to start with like just simple things like small camera, a phone, or good lighting.
Yeah.
It's still like when I first decided to get more serious about my content, I had to spend maybe like $200 on what I needed.
And like that's a big investment, especially like when you're a younger creator. $200 on something that you may not get back. Like you don't know if you're going to see that $200 back, and if you are, when will it be? Some people make their ROI back within a week. Some people make it back within 6 months. Not to mention the time invested. Like it takes so much to like, take 50 photos and pick the best five. You do a dozen TikToks and you're picking two or three, and then sometimes you have to change your strategy halfway through, so you have to do refilming. It's so much work to be an online content creator, and when you don't have a marketing team that's helping you with SEO, you're doing your own editing, you're paying for the only studio space or a backdrop for your room, or like you said, cameras, and you're eventually moving up. So many expenses are involved in this, and as a cosplayer especially, we're doing all of the legwork. That's really what it is. I think that cosplayers and content creators in adjacent fields need to be more respected and appreciated for what they bring to these platforms.
Yeah, and these companies, they think that it's like easy to just kick them out because they think it's easy. Like it's not. For the subscription things as well, is like if you stop doing something, if you want to take a break for it, you know that you're going to lose the money and the money that you put into creating this. I have recently stopped doing OnlyFans just because, because of work and just like, life happens. I'm not able to put in content. Recently, I haven't been cosplaying since April because I don't have the money to do it. And, I don't want to ask people, hey, help me out. But sometimes you do have to rely on that.